Okay, via Zoom now, we also have his doctor, Dr. Tiny Mhinga, joins us now live to pay tribute, I guess. Doctor, thank you very much indeed for your time. Were you with Bob towards the end?
Well, let me make a disclaimer first. If you see me with the headphones, I'm not a DJ. I'm a doctor. So don't confuse me with...
You're not a doctor, but you can operate, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, possible. Well, as a matter of fact, I think I was very lucky to have seen him in his last days. On the Saturday that he was admitted, he left from this office, and we had him admitted at a hospital. And I just felt a little bit uncomfortable. That's why I had to get the services of a pulmonologist to have a look at him. But that is, it's a medical issue. I cannot discuss that with you now.
Right.
But what is important for me, it's I had the singular honor of looking after Bob through over quite a number of years. And the relationship that I had with him, it was very amazing because, in fact, I have to mention this, that after Vuyo Mbuli, he and Vuyo Mbuli put me on the spotlight for the first time ever that I had to appear on television and on radio with no experience at all. He asked me to come and, just share something about men's health on radio, on Kaya FM. I didn't even know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't even know how to look at the mic. And he just said, please come, but me and him used to call each other brothers. And he said to me, just come. And he gave me a slot. And I thought it was going to be just one Thursday morning. And it turned up to be, even now, I'm still with the radio station. I talk every Thursday morning because he gave me that opportunity. And he gave me about 15 minutes. I mean, for the first time on radio, you are given 15 minutes. You don't even know what to say, how to address the issues. But he never gave up on me. And what I thought was going to be just one day of a sunshine, it's still on as we speak today. Yeah. And then after him, it was Vuyo Mbuli. He said, listen, I listened to you with Bob Mabena. Can you come and share that information with us because we think it is very important. Yeah. And he invited me for the first time. I had to do an interview with SABC, with you guys, for the first time with Vuyo Mbuli. So we had a very, very wonderful relationship.
Yeah, and he knew how to bring issues to the fore. He knew how to spot talent. I was just listening to an interview that he was doing with DJ Sabu, and he was talking about his long battle from a young age with asthma. And he was saying how the asthma pump was almost like an extension of his arm back then. So he was open in terms of some of the battles he was facing.
Oh, yes. No, he was a very honest and, in fact, very sincere at all times. What he felt about the issues, he would put them up almost immediately. Yeah. He loved his family. Bob was one of the most amazing men. He would, at any time, he would talk about his family, his wife, his entire family, and he lived for his children. Yeah. And anything that used to happen, I mean, whenever his kids were sick, he used to bring them here himself, personally. And he would call me in the morning and say, but so is not feeling well. Can you help me? I'm coming to your office. What time can I come to your office? So he used to be hands-on with his family. And, small cracks in the house. He would say, but this afternoon, I think I'm going to climb on the roof. I have to paint here and there, or I spent the weekend painting my house. I didn't even go anywhere, but I'm feeling a little bit coffee. Can you help me? What could be the problem? And that's the kind of relationship that I had with him. He was such a wonderful person. Yeah. But let me tell you the depth. Most of us, of course, I only saw that when I started interacting with him. He talks. He's very open, and he's too deep when it comes to issues. You take him politically, he will leave you on the surface. You talk about his love, the passion, which is music and books, he will leave you on the surface. He will be so deep with you. But, I love him. We used to, every time he comes to our office here, we sit and talk about, in fact, most of my patients used to complain that whenever Bob is in doctor's room, we have to wait for another 30 minutes because it was an opportunity just to interact about issues.
Yeah. And you know, he was very positive, and he wasn't afraid to take risks. He wasn't afraid to make mistakes. That's how he says he learns. That's what shaped him in terms of some of the mistakes he made. He was even a race car driver, you know, at one stage. Talk to us about what drove him in terms of his passion. What made him tick? What would you, if you can put your finger on it, what gave him that drive to succeed?
I think it's because of his sincerity, you know. And then, like in my case, he used to almost dump his love on my hands. Wherever he was, all over the world, if something ticks, I think it's more or less the same relationship that I had with Brayu Masikela. Wherever he is around the globe, if something hurts him, he'll call me. He'll say, Tiny, what is the problem? What can I do about this? Same thing that used to happen to Bob. I mean, I remember the other time when he took a trip with Kaya FM to France on a skiing trip. What happened that night? I was actually felt so honored. He called me in the middle of the night and said, listen, my brother, I can't breathe. I think I've got a problem. What must I do? Imagine I'm sitting here in South Africa, in Johannesburg. He's out there with all the top people in France. But he had that confidence to say, let me speak to my own. And this was the kind of man that he was. He would always bump things with me, anything that has to do with his health, with his family, with his friends. We'll sit down and talk about it. And I found myself offering an advice to somebody who was in France, middle of the night, and he actually told them that I said he should take it down to the bottom of the mountain because he had difficulty breathing. So he was that kind of a person. He loves people, and once he trusts you, he trusted me for a long time with his life, and I found myself in that kind of a situation. And I always respect him for that.
Definitely a great loss, and we once again pass our condolences to you, Doctor. Thank you very much indeed for giving us fresh perspective. Be well.
Thank you very much, sir.